Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Girl, grab your wine and sit down because I have to tell you what just happened. I am literally shaking. You know my husband, the one I've been gushing about for 10 years. The man I thought was my soulmate, my rock, the love of my life, he left me. And the reason? Because I wasn't jealous enough. I swear if this weren't my actual life, I'd think it was a bad rom-com plot. But no, this is real and I am broken. Let me start from the beginning because you need the full tea. We've been together a decade, married for 7, and up until last week I would have sworn we were solid. Like solid. He's always been this gorgeous, magnetic guy, the kind who turns heads everywhere he goes. At parties, women would practically trip over themselves to flirt with him, even when I was standing right there. In the early days, it used to eat me up inside. I'd watch these women giggle at his jokes, touch his arm, lean in too close, and I'd want to scream. But then I realized why. He never once gave them anything back. Not a lingering glance, not a flirtatious smile. Nothing. He'd shut it down politely but firmly, then come back to me like I was the only person in the room. So over time, I stopped stressing. I mean, why waste energy being jealous when he'd proven over and over that he only wanted me? I trusted him completely. I knew he'd never cheat, not just because he loved me, but because he's too proud, too principled to disrespect himself like that. And honestly, that trust made me feel powerful. While other wives were side-eyeing their husbands at bars, I was sipping my drink, cool as a cucumber, because my man was loyal. But here's where things went sideways. A few months ago, we were out with his friends, and someone brought up jealousy. You know me, I'm not the type to perform drama for applause, so I just said, "Why would I be jealous? I married a man I trust." Simple, right? Logical. But when I glanced at my husband, his face was off, like I'd just slapped him. Later that night, he kept circling back to it. "You really don't care if other women flirt with me?" he asked, almost annoyed. I laughed it off. "Babe, of course I care. I just know you'd never reciprocate." He didn't drop it. He kept bringing it up, accusing me of being too stoic. "You're so warm with everyone else, but with this you're like a robot," he'd say. I didn't get it. Was I supposed to fake outrage? Stage a scene every time some girl batted her lashes at him? I brushed it off, thinking he was just in a mood. Big mistake. Then came the gym incident. Oh my God, this still makes my blood boil. We were working out, he was doing push-ups, and a young woman in leggings plopped herself down right in front of him to stretch. Her butt was practically brushing his nose. I froze, staring in disbelief, and when he looked up at me like, "Are you seeing this?" I just smiled and shook my head. "Can you believe the audacity?" He didn't laugh. He stormed off to another machine, and the second we left he exploded. "Why didn't you say anything?" I was baffled. What was I supposed to do, start a fight in the middle of the gym? He wanted me to claim him, to stomp over and snarl, "Back off, he's mine," like some territorial chihuahua. I told him, "She knew we were together. If anyone should have shut her down, it was you." But no, he was mad at me. Mad I didn't play the jealous wife. Things only got worse. 2 weeks ago, we were at a dinner party, and her was there, Claire, his sister's friend. The one who always finds a way to mention how she dated him back in college. This woman has been a thorn in my side for years, but I've always ignored her little digs. This time, though, she went nuclear. We were all sitting around the table, and she started loudly reminiscing about how she dumped my husband back in the day. Then she looked right at me and smirked. If I wanted him back, I could have him any time. The table went silent. I could feel my face burning, but I stayed calm. When she doubled down, "Seriously, he'd drop you in a heartbeat," I finally snapped. "If he's the type of man who'd leave me for you," I said, icy cool, "then you'd be doing me a favor." What I meant was, he's not a toy you can steal. He's a grown man who chooses me every day. But what he heard was, "I don't care if you take him." The car ride home was a war zone. "You didn't defend me," he shouted. "You didn't defend us." I tried to explain again that trust isn't weakness, that my calm wasn't indifference, it was faith in him. He wasn't listening. And then he said the words that shattered me. "I don't love you anymore," he said. I swear the world stopped. I couldn't breathe. All I could whisper was, "I still love you, but if you don't love me, there's nothing I can do." He looked at me like I'd stabbed him. "That's it, that's all you have to say." What else could I say? Beg, scream, chain him to the bed. If his love was gone, no amount of hysterics would bring it back. So now here I am, sobbing into my third bottle of Pinot, wondering how the hell my marriage imploded over trust. Was I supposed to manufacture drama, pick fights with strangers, throw wine in Claire's face? Why wasn't my loyalty enough? The worst part is I still love him. I still see his face when I close my eyes, still smell his cologne on his pillow. I keep wondering, if I'd just pretended to be jealous, would he still be here? But that's not me. I thought he loved me for me. Now I'm just empty and so angry. Angry at him for twisting my trust into a weapon. Angry at Claire for her games. Angry at myself for not seeing this coming. So yeah, that's my life right now. A dumpster fire wrapped in a tragedy. Past the tissues and the wine. This is gonna be a long night. Will I ever find a way out?